Yo, call me devious the way I lick. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Kids. Today and only today, I want to congratulate that we hit over 100 exclusive members. Thank you guys so much for the support. I could not have asked for a better launch, so I appreciate you guys so much from the bottom of my heart that I want to make your $2 value worth it by consistently uploading weekly for you guys and just providing you the best content I possibly can. So thank you so much. Today, I want to actually tackle the subject, I'm dying here, of game of the year, right? What are my games of the year so far? What has been the overall consensus of game of the year? And what might be the winner at this year's Game Awards? And again, just like usual, I'm going to be doing these, one cut and all that stuff so that you can enjoy, its pure, raw form. And again, you guys really love the first video, so let me know what else you'd like to see. So let's get right into it right here. So first of all, my game of the year so far, right? It's actually really hard because this year has been phenomenal for games. I feel like everyone who cares about, something is eating. There's games for everybody. I think I put like a list here. Like there was HiFi Rush, RE4 Remake, CS Stars, Dead Space Remake, Street Fighter 6, Diablo, what's it called? Star Wars Jedi, Tears of the Kingdom, FF16, Baldur's Gate, Pikmin, Metroid, Armored Core 6, Pizza Tower, Final Engage, Octopath 2, Kirby Return to Dreamland HD, Advance Wars Remake, all this stuff. Like there's been a million games, it feels like, popping up left, right, up and down, and just all getting amazing scores and all that. But for me, honestly, when I think of my favorites this year, 3 have stood out the most. First of all, HiFi Rush, man. HiFi Rush, what a surprise of a game. You know what I mean? Dude, I actually want to, can I do this right now? I want to see if I can do this right live in this thing. For me, HiFi Rush so far is the game that shocked me the most and gave me the biggest adrenaline rush. You know what I mean? I think what I mean by that is just the way the rhythm gameplay would sort of play out, and you would just, the way it was animated was so cool. The way, again, every fight just felt like a cool rhythm battle, and you had to time your attacks to the moves, and then you would unlock different specials. You would unlock different characters that would do special moves with you. You'd the moveset was so intricate. The story was actually so much fun. It's this game to me was so perfect, and genuinely from start to finish. I think this game was phenomenal. It introduced so many unique mechanics, and I could not get enough of it when it came out. I kept trying to replay, to get better scores, to get better at the rhythm. And it's so phenomenal, man. And I pray they make more games in this universe because it's so fucking good. It genuinely had no right being as good as it was, but it's phenomenal. I think genuinely this year, this is I think this is bar none the best game I've played this year, and I genuinely and it's the most surprising game I played. It's the most polished, it's the most fun. Shout out to HiFi Rush for sure. Another one obviously I adored was Tears of the Kingdom. Obviously Tears of the Kingdom came out, and it's funny, I've been thinking about this a lot, right? Where Tears of the Kingdom versus Breath of the Wild. I think Tears of the Kingdom is definitely objectively a better video game, right? It is, bar for bar, a better game. It has better dungeons for me, has a better story, has better gameplay. It's a better game than Breath of the Wild. But I will say, I still think Breath of the Wild for me was the more mind-blowing experience. And I think that's because here the things that were supposed to be the big hooks, which is the sky areas and the underground areas, were so disappointing to me. I thought the sky areas were all going to be the first one you go to when you start, the game in Tears of the Kingdom. And then the underground, it just feels like you're just going and lighting up paths. And I know there's some quests in there. There's some cool enemies, but it just, I don't know, there was something lacking about the sky and the underground area for me. But again, everything else, story wise for me, all this stuff with Zelda was phenomenal. The ending was incredible. I loved so much about the game, and I think obviously that's going to be the big game of the year winner taker and all that stuff, right? And then my third favorite game of the year actually is Street Fighter 6. I have been in love with Street Fighter 6. I mean, I've always loved Street Fighter. I've always been a big Street Fighter person. And Street Fighter 5, disappointed the shit out of me because I loved Street Fighter 4. I loved Street Fighter 3. But yeah, Street Fighter 6 for me has been fantastic. I mean, all the characters play incredibly well. The game has it's so perfectly doing its whole one more match type beat. You know what I mean? It's just that addictive nature of it. I've loved playing Rashid, loved playing Luke, and I love honestly just playing a lot of the characters in the game. I even played Cammy. She was really fun. Rio's pretty cool. The game, DJ is awesome. The game to me is so fantastic, and I've barely even touched the story. For me, it's just purely the game play experience of it. matches are so quick. It feels like there's like such cool, like the game, I don't know, I don't like to say, like it's such a fantastic job like that Capcom did with it, you know, from like how high speed it feels, how polished it feels, how fun it feels. Like even when you lose, you're like, shit man, I just want to get better at this, to the point where I want to get to platinum rank with Rashid. So that was really fun. I really love Street Fighter 6, and I'm happy it's continuing to get DLC and all this stuff. So those are actually my top 3 this year. Now obviously there's some stuff that I've adored, like I've loved every time I got a Sonic Frontiers update. So technically for me, Sonic Frontiers is still like a game I adore this year. Mario Kart DLC has been a hell of a good time. Now here's what I wanted to do. I thought we would try something fun, right? What I wanted to do right here is actually go through Metacritic, right? And kind of see, like, you know, what is it gonna look like when we get to, you know, general game of the year, because obviously we also have upcoming releases that we have to talk about. You know, maybe we could do that next section. Hold up, let's talk about upcoming releases, like what's left for there to come out. Obviously Bomber Cyberpunk recently came out. That was fantastic. Really loved my time with that. I still want to play more. Super Bomberman R2, like I'm sure Bomberman fans are gonna like that. You know, it's not really a game that's like game of the year coded. Starfield is one, again, I have zero interest in, but I've seen a lot of people talk about it. You know, it's not for me, but I'm sure people will love it. Baten Kaitos HD is gonna be cool. Mortal Kombat 1, that's going to be huge. People love Mortal Kombat, so good for them. Lies of P, I'm very excited for. That's that new, you know, Dark Souls-like game that looks really fun. We got Payday 3 coming. Eternites, oh god, Cyberpunk, you know, and of course we have our Sonic Frontiers DLC on the 28th, which I cannot fucking wait for. And obviously October is the crazy one. Disgaea, AC Mirage, Detective Pikachu, Lords of the Fallen. And then we get into obviously Sonic Superstars, which I think for me, Sonic Superstars is going to be a lock for one of my 5 top games of the year easily. You know, I cannot wait. I've played it. Obviously I played parts of it. I played it. It's so much fun, and everything I've seen of it looks fantastic. And obviously we're going to have Spider-Man 2, which is going to be one of my favorites. And of course Mario Wonder, which I would be shocked, honestly, guys, if Mario Wonder isn't my game of the year. From what I played at PAX and what I've seen of the game and how I feel about it, is I genuinely feel like this game is going to be like Mario World tier, which to me is like one of the best games ever. And I have no doubt whatever they're cooking with Mario Wonder, from what I've played and what I've seen, is this is going to be like the best 2D Mario by far. You know what I mean? And I'm sure, again, people are excited for Metal Gear. Alan Wake 2 is going to be a big one. Star Ocean, I'm sure. WarioWare movie looks hyped. Like a Dragon, I'm sure the Yakuza fans are going to love. Mario RPG is going to be fantastic. It's just, yeah, no, I'm so happy with this. Now, here's what I want to do, right? I figured we would sort of go quickly through what the top 100 best reviewed games are on Metacritic and sort of see how, you know, this year kind of stacks. This is a port. Hogwarts Legacy, right? Hogwarts Legacy is one, you know, that caused obviously a lot of controversy because of what it is, which is, I wonder what that means in terms of like it winning awards stuff. Like I'm sure there's a lot of websites that are not going to want to give it awards because of the nature of it. Again, I don't really give a shit about it, so, but I don't know, I got no idea. Octopath 2 actually came out this year and people really loved Octopath 2, so happy for that game. I don't think it's going to sweep really any awards, but I'm really happy for it. Ghost Trick, obviously people were very happy with that port. Obviously Cravat, a big one. Stray got port. I'm trying to find ones that are like notable. Cassette Beats, I heard it's really fun. I'm trying to see what's a crazy notable. Star Wars Jedi. I mean, Star Wars Jedi, I'm not a Star Wars person anymore, at least, but people have said good things about this, you know, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of people's favorite game this year. Red Dead, the ports apparently were not awful, so that's kind of cool. Trying to see what's a notable one that's going to be in the conversation. Oxenfree 2, I'm sure we'll be in some indie categories. I really love the first one. I should play this one for sure. Trying to see Armored Core 6. I'm really interested to see how Armored Core does, because Armored Core is reviewed really well. But I don't know if it's had that same impact a lot of From Software games have had. You know what I mean? But again, people love it. It seems really cool, and I'm happy for that audience, you know, that's eating with that. Diablo 4 is obviously a really big game, and I heard it's fantastic, so people with that love that. And obviously Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I love the booster pass, give you more of that. Trying to see what's another notable one. Obviously we got the Persona. HiFi Rush, man, I want HiFi Rush to sweep so badly. I'm so scared that HiFi Rush is gonna suffer from like the Oh shit, we came out in January, so people are gonna forget us type beat at the Game Awards, but I hope that doesn't happen. Dead Space, people really love this remake of Dead Space. It seems like they did a fantastic job with it. I mean, I played a little bit of it and really loved it. Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm is cool. Pikmin, man, I'm really happy Pikmin 4 reviewed super well. This game isn't gonna win shit, but I love Pikmin 4. I think it's super polished. I think it was super addictive. It's super fun, and they did a good job. Now, FF16 with an 87 year. This game for me is so weird, right? I played a lot of it, and obviously I stopped sort of midway through. I think it's just because I really wasn't enjoying myself, and I don't know how to explain it. I think for me, it's that like I'm just maybe not a medieval person. I also don't like how like kind of gray the game is. I don't like how boring the side quests are. I don't like how the world is. Like it's a game where I kind of wait to just get into the next fight, which is a good thing. The combat I think is amazing, but in the in-between Sirmir are just like so bland. But I know a lot of people love it, so I'm sure it's gonna take a lot of awards somewhere. Starfield we talked about. Sea of Stars, I want to play this so badly. Chrono Trigger coded, looks fantastic, is reviewed fantastic, and I'm sure it's gonna win some indie awards. I feel like that's gonna be like the indie sweep this year, unless HiFi Rush counts. I don't think it does. No, because that's Bethesda, or Tango, I guess, whichever. Persona 4 Golden Port, which is cool. Pizza Tower, man. This is one of those indie games that I think is not going to win awards, but like all the fans are going to give this game of the year because people adore Pizza Tower. I really should finish it because I had a great time with it. But Pizza Tower is definitely a banger. I have to play the TMNT DLC. Street Fighter 6, I'm so happy it reviewed super well. In fact, I think if we go ahead, it's going to be like in the top 5 reviewed on like PlayStation. They had Moss 2, Quake, Rogue Legacy 2. I'm surprised it scored super well. I really want to play it because I love the original so much. RE4 remake, I haven't even talked about. RE4 remake, I'm sure, again, is also going to get a lot of awards just because, you know, of the nature of it. It's a remake of one of the best games ever, and people seem to really adore what they did with it. I'm so happy for that. But yeah, Street Fighter 6 in the top 10 best reviewed games, very happy for it. And I think it's gonna, like, again, Street Fighter 6 is not a type of game that wins Game of the Year, but it's gonna win every single Fighting Game of the Year award. So I'm very happy that Capcom will get its due diligence. Now, the Xenoblade DLC actually disappointed me, man. Very much hurt my soul, man. I don't know. I know a lot of people loved it, and I loved the gameplay of it, but the story for me, I couldn't get invested. I don't know why, but yeah. And then obviously Metroid Prime 4 Remaster, I don't really think is going to win anything besides Remaster Award. Tears of the Kingdom, like we talked about, I think is going to be the big sweep. And then number 1 is Baldur's Gate, which, again, I actually watched Aru play that on stream yesterday, and I think I can see why people love this kind of game. You know, it's that sort of thing where if you love D&D, they've created like the best thing ever, you know. But it's like someone who isn't into D&D, when I see, I'm just like, I don't know if I'd like this, you know. But happy that Baldur's Gate is doing so well for those fans. And Tears of the Kingdom, again, the big sweep. And then so like the question then becomes, right, like, what is gonna be the big Game of the Year sweep winner, right? Because I'm seeing a lot of Baldur's Gate love, and I'm seeing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom love. I'm sure Spider-Man's gonna get a lot of love. I'm sure Mario Wonder's gonna get a lot of love. And I think what's gonna happen this year is a lot of awards are gonna be split amongst games because it's such a diverse year for, you know, people. Obviously, Tears of the Kingdom, I think, is going to be the most obvious winner. You know, I think that's just the one that, yeah, this was fantastic. This was, you know, Nintendo crushed it. And it's going to win most of the Game of the Year awards. But I know Baldur's Gate is going to win for a lot of websites. I know I'm sure Spider-Man 2 will do very well on a lot of websites. I'm sure RE4. But if I were to predict, you know, at the Game Awards, right, if we get, you know, it's Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, what is the Game of the Year? I think it's going to be Tears of the Kingdom. I think it's going to be a very, like, I think the 6 nominees, I think they do 6. I'm not sure. It's 6 or 5. I think the nominees are going to be Tears of the Kingdom. I think it's going to be Baldur's Gate, obviously. I think it's going to be FF16. And then it's going to be, what's the next one? Spider-Man 2. I could see Mario Wonder making it in there if it really does get every 10 out of 10 possible. And then RE4 remake. I feel like those might be the 5 to 6 nominees for Game of the Year, but we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a very difficult matchup. But I'm very excited for Mario Wonder and Sonic Superstars and Spider-Man. Those are like the last 3 that I'm like, oh god, I can't wait. And Mario RPG, obviously, I can't wait for Mario RPG. I know Persona 5 Tactics is coming out. That's going to be exciting. But guys, that's really it. So let me know, what are your favorite games of this year so far? What do you think is going to sweep? What do you think is cooking on there? And again, let me know what else you'd like to see. I think I'm gonna keep doing the weekly polls for you guys to choose what what topics I get into for the next members videos. But I appreciate you guys so much. So thank you all for the support. You're the best, and of course, I'll see you all next time. Peace out.